guys? Welcome to Maddenedge. Today I'm going to be playing the Jets in an online battle. This is like my second game online this year, but from what I can see, the strategy is the same as on 2010. If you call a good game, you should be able to dominate. I was like a level 25 last year, and I'm 2 or 3-0 this year. So I'm going to show you guys how to get that rank it up and beat most people that you play. I did it. I have a video where I'm showing you how to win with Cleveland. So click the link. Do subscribe so I can keep giving you guys these tips and these videos if you like it. Only takes a second. So and also share the page on Facebook or tweet it if you can. So here we are, Raiders versus Jets, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm thinking and the plays. So I'll run the 4-6 with the Raiders. It's a very aggressive defense, and if you have athletes, and here I believe I came with the uh, the zone blitz, and because he came out in the Wildcat, so I want to have some some pressure coming from all corner there. He should have made a little better tackle, but I want to have pressure coming in from the inside and also from the outside. But I don't want to overcommit just yet because I'm not sure if this guy was going to pass, if he was going to play action. Um, but 7 is too much. It should have been 5 though. Here, this is the gaps fire. As you can see, the outside is manned up. You got some zone coverage in the middle, zone deep. Um, so that's a pretty safe play if the opponent is not in 3 wide, 4 wide, something like that. If they're in like an I form or anything like that, pro set, strong, big, that's a good play. You can stop most. It's not really good for outside runs because most of the pressure is coming inside, but um, it's a very good play. Just be careful that there's not 3 wide. Now here, I believe I'm going to pick the zone stretch because he's running outside, and I don't want to overcommit to that outside run just yet. And on this zone stretch, the linemen flare out, so that's going to make the running back, as you can see him, go wide. And as you can see there, it has 3 deep. It has flat coverage, and it has some middle zone. So that play is very solid. Uh, Now, I mean, if they're going to get like in a big set and go strong, and then run a big toss out wide off of it, well, of course you can't stop it with that. But if they're just going to run a basic play, a basic run play outside, that zone stretch will slow them down. And that's the safety blitz that I like to do. Anytime a person comes out in 3 wide, 4 wide, I would recommend putting pressure on them because they're coming out in 3 or 4 wide because they're at least going to send 1 or 2 of those guys deep. And I don't want to give them that time. And with the Raiders, they have very good man coverage, so initially that man's not going to be open. Now here we got a 3rd and 18, and I put too much pressure on him. And that was a smart play by him. And now he's going to make me back off of that blitz a little bit, but not too much. I'm just going to, be a little safer for the time being, but I still have to bring pressure. What did I do? Coming with the safety blitz on the other side. See, I'm just not going to give them time. And like I say, the Raiders initially, that man coverage is going to be great. I came with the cover 2 hawk there. That's a pretty safe defense. There are some holes deep if you can, if they can roll out. But for the most part, um, that play covers a lot. It's not very good against the run. He's in three wide again, and I'm probably going to stick to my strategy of not letting him have the time. You can see everyone's manned up. No time, buddy. I'll be right back, guys. Get a chair. So I forced a punt. So out of that 4-6, I'm just showing you the best plays to run in certain situations. That strong safety blitz is great if they're going to sit back there and come out in 3 or 4 wide. And also have some plays in case they screen, but I didn't know this guy was that type of player, so I'll actually incorporate some of those too. Right out of the 4-6. You do not have to switch out of that defense. On offense, I run the West Coast offense, and I run exclusively out of the far formation, the far twins formation. And with the Raiders, I put Miller, the starting tight end, um, as the number one receiver on the outside, and I put Murphy in the slot. They're both pretty good blockers, and you'll see how we do this. I'm going to start out with the toss to establish it. I have to establish something. And what I'm going to establish is that I like to run outside. Got about 3 or 4. Jets have a really good defense, so got to be careful. Now I don't know if that was just a player or if he had a good play on, so I'm going to test him again. You can see I have my tight end out there blocking, so that he missed a block there. That's just a good run. The speedy McFadden. I wouldn't recommend running this play with a back whose speed is under 90. We're gonna test the middle. I have Bush. He is the Raiders' short yard runner. And also, he's just a workhorse. He can run on any down, but they seem pretty solid up in that middle. Keep in mind, this is all out of the same formation, and in the end, it'll get frustrated because they'll be in the same. I'll be in the same formation, but I'll do a bunch of different plays. And here's the toss. A nice block by the pulling guard. It's a nice run, and I'll be in the same set, and I'll run different ways. I'll throw different ways, and what that'll do is it'll pretty much make them have to gamble. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be playing that toss because I'm letting them know that if they don't play it, I can break off big chunks. That's going to open everything else up. So this works against any level, guys. Trust me. You can read the comments. People talk crap, but I challenge them and they don't play me. This is the flats. You got Murphy. Murphy actually flattens out that route. It's supposed to go more across the field, but that's showing that his awareness is getting higher, and he was a really good player last year. So actually, he actually made that play for me by narrowing it and going more towards the end zone as opposed to dragging across the field. And that's 7-zip right there. I like the new kicking. What do you guys think about the new kicking? Yo, guys, don't forget, just subscribe and you can come right back to where you were. In this, it helps out and it makes it so that I can keep making these videos and helping people out. All right, he's coming out in 3 wide. Um, and what did I do? Let's see. And why? I chose the cover 2 Hawk because I don't think he's going to be out of the pocket. Like I said, this will stop most things unless you roll out and try and buy time to get deep. So if you have like a pocket passer, um, who just tries to throw quick routes, then that cover two hawk is a good play. And if you're up against like a Donovan McNabb or something, they'll usually roll right, roll left. Okay, now I'm coming out in the too deep breakout, and that's because I was assuming he was going to run, and he was, and that's just because I just want to let him know right now, hey yo, if I want to commit to stopping that run, I can, just so that he doesn't feel he can do it all day, as he's letting me run all day. So I just let him know I can stop that. I forget which play I picked. I'm sure that most times I'll show you the play. So if you need to stop a run, if you know that it's a running situation, the 4-6 has a cover two breakout, which it has people firing from outside on both sides, pressure up the middle. You have two deep. You have one in the hook zone and one in the curl flat zone. But if if they decide to pass on that, then they're pretty much going to complete it if they can get it off. But that play is designed to stop the run. Now here I've switched to my back. I put in Bush because he's better running inside, and this is a slow developing play, so you might have to shed a few tackles. And that time he wasn't able to do it, but I'm not going to stop that play because I know that they're going to be pursuing left because of the toss. So eventually that play will spring some 5 or 6 yard gains if I stick with it and if I run it at the right time. Here's the bench switch. I have Murphy in the slot position. This is a nice West Coast play. Um, and the way that I like to play is I like to have low turnovers. So that's why I run the West Coast offense and I have perfected this formation um, because it yields low turnovers. And I'm going to go right back to Murphy in the slot. And it should be open just because of I've I run a lot of tosses, uh, and for that reason, people might be blitzing. They might be trying to stop the toss as opposed to a route over there, as you can see. And out of this, I'm probably going to run that toss. Why? Just to let them know I will run it, just to keep them honest. McFadden will fumble, so if you can if you can get 5 or 6 and go out with this guy. I mean, if there's nothing upfield, there's no reason to cut back and try and fall for three if you've already picked up 5 or 6 with McFadden. It's just you got you you can't turn the ball over. This is that sweep that I was telling you about, or maybe this is the counter. This looks like the counter. That is the counter. And once again, with those slow developing plays, the Jets obviously have good team speed, and those are not working right now. I put what are we doing here? Let's see. We're going back to the bench switch. I'm gonna go Murphy. Now the thing about that play is that, well, obviously this one's gonna be open. They have like, I believe that's a linebacker on Murphy. That's a mismatch. But the thing about that, if Murphy is covered, then what'll usually happen is you'll have Miller one on one on a corner route, and you can just throw it up to him. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He has good hands. And basically, what he's going to do is he's going to box that guy out, and he's going to have the one on one. If Murphy is covered, you have the one on one with Miller. Just don't get sacked and give him a nice ball. Here's the toss to Bushy. And I usually like to run